On this topic, let's bring in our 7 Action News legal analyst Tom Kramer to discuss the judge's ruling on Michigan's same-sex marriage ban. Tom?
Jeff, what we have here in essence is kind of a battle of the constitutions, if you will. We have this constitutional amendment that was passed by the Michigan voters, but what Judge Friedman did in his opinion is basically say that it's the U.S. Constitution, and in particular the 14th Amendment, that trumps the vote of the people. And I know Reverend Caldwell was very emphatic about his view, as I suspect many voters are who helped pass the legislation. But in his opinion, Judge Friedman said the following: the origin of the Michigan Marriage Act does nothing to insulate the provision from constitutional scrutiny. He goes on to say that one's right to life, liberty, and property, etc., may not be submitted to vote. They depend on the outcome of no election. So in his view, what we have to do, and what he did, was look at it under the microscope of the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution and found that the Michigan Amendment was unconstitutional.
I know we're the 18th state to face this, but what do you think about Attorney General Bill Schuette filing this appeal? Will it stand, or what will happen going forward?
I'm not surprised, because I think you could easily say or predict that whatever side lost, at least at this stage, the case would go on for further appellate review. It's that important an issue. So the fact that it's being appealed to the Sixth Circuit, which is our Court of Appeals, is not surprising, and we'll have to see what they decide to do.
But you have an opinion on how high this could go. You think it could go before the Supreme Court?
I think it could.
And why?
Well, because it has that degree of significance. Again, the clash of the constitutions, if you will. The people, as Reverend Caldwell pointed out, passing this amendment, and now a federal judge essentially striking it down. The U.S. Supreme Court, you often hear, we'll take it all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. That rarely happens, but this is the kind of issue that has that significance. It might one day find its way in the U.S. Supreme Court.
And it seems that views across the country have been changing over the years. I know this was first put into place in 2004. This is 10 years later. Yes. So, I mean, you know, views have changed.
They have changed, and that may be part of eventually what we see here. What's interesting is that in this case, as opposed to deciding it just on the law and the statutes, this Judge Friedman, actually heard testimony. He had witnesses appear, and that makes it, I think, even more of a case that has the potential to go to the very highest court in the land.
Well, Tom Kramer, we always appreciate your legal expertise and you breaking it all down for us.
All right.
Thanks for your
guys.
time, Tom. Appreciate it. Well, possible